Hey there, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for March 2024. And don't forget to come back on a weekly basis for weekly astrological updates as well. This month is going to be very fresh, clear, clean, and straightforward for everybody. It is one of the smoothest, most accelerated months of the first half of the year. And I think we could all use that nice kind of grounded, productive, stable kind of force, especially after the last couple of weeks of February that we have had. And for you, this is going to be all about slate cleaning and overdue progressions. A big opportunity for you to make up for some serious lost time, or maybe just start moving things ahead where we're due for some level ups. The Sun and Mercury are together in Pisces at the start of the month in your fifth house of love, romance, recreation, creativity, personal enterprises, and your relationships with your children. And so for the first week and a half of the month or so, there is this big push towards speeding up growth, speeding up any kind of developments that need to occur in order to have the maybe most profitable personal enterprise possible, the best launch possible, speeding up relationship progression, especially in situations where, maybe you and a partner or a partner intended are looking to maybe hit the gas on maybe attaining a certain goal or making a very important move. This is also a time where a lot of you are going to be finding that your communication with partners, children, and collaborators starting to evolve into a much more close, well-connected, and intellectually synced up kind of way. And this is also a time where a lot of you are going to be getting a chance to see things that were once kept small or maybe forced to kind of live on the back burner as far as relationship opportunities, relationship plans, things with your kids, things with your own personal projects and pursuits, finally get a chance to move forward to the front burner and get to see some serious love and care and payoffs. After the 9th, we've got Mercury moving on into the sign of Aries, and the Sun will be following him into Aries on the 18th. And this is your 6th house of work, reputation, your schedule, anything relating to your lifestyle, the communities that you serve, and the people that you serve with. And when we have Mercury and the Sun together in the 6th house, this is all about you getting a chance to propagate your name, propagate what you're putting out there, and see some serious shifts when it comes to what credit you are being given from the world around you, whether it's in your community or it's in your work. This is a time of big elevation. People are really going to be going out of their way to propagate your good name, whether these are testimonies that you need, people helping to cross-promote you, or people giving you all kinds of very cool recommendations, hookups, and link-ups. This is going to be an awesome period, especially when it comes to getting some serious appreciation back from the people that you serve in your community or in your workforce. This is also a time where you're getting a lot more value back for what you're bringing to the table, so this can also be increasing your earning power in a big way, and this is something that's going to continue on into April as well. We've got Venus and Mars together in Aquarius until the 11th of the month. This is your 4th house of home and family, your living situation, as well as your home economy and your roots. And Mars is here focusing on clearing away any kind of problems or issues that have maybe been following you or your family, or creating any kind of blocks, holdups, or difficulties on the home front, in the living situation, or as it relates to family members. This is going to be a time of solving things for good, which is what Mars is all about. Not, coping or finding better ways to cope, but get rid of the problem. And this can sometimes, be very good for us, especially when it comes to our home economy, making sure things are smoother. But this can also raise up some drama every once in a while if we're dealing with family members or neighbors or landlords or, any kind of living situation where we might get some resistance to that from other people. So just be prepared. It's kind of a mixed bag with Mars in the 4th. But we've also got Venus here really taking the edge off. You're also going going to find Venus is going to be attracting in new wealth to the home and the household. So not just to you, but maybe even to partners. This is also a time where you're getting a chance to pull closer people that you consider family, whether they are relatives by blood or by marriage, or again, friends that you consider family, closing the distance between you and those that you care the most about or you want to pull closer. And you're also going to find that this is a time where a lot of you are getting a chance to get ready to plant new roots in important relationships in your life. And so a very beautiful, first week and a half or so of this month. After the 11th, we've got Venus moving on into Pisces and Mars following her as of the 21st. And this is that fifth house of romance and recreation and creativity and your relationships with your kids. So with Venus in the fifth house of love and romance, things are definitely going to be in a very sweet way for you. This is ultimately honeymoon kind of territory for a lot of you folks, whether this is a new relationship opportunity entering its honeymoon phase or an existing, connection with a creative project going into a honeymoon phase, right? The big launch, the big celebration, kind of hitting a brand new stride. If you are already in a relationship or you are, married, this is going to be a time where a lot of you are going to be reconnecting with a lot of your own relationship fantasies, things that maybe you and a partner would like to bring to the table and reconnect, as well as also discover some new love languages that could actually, put a new spin on the way we are conducting ourselves as a couple. Mars is going to be knocking down barriers to intimacy and closeness for everybody, and there's also going to be a focus on block busting in general when it comes to relationship goals, as well as goals that we may have for a relationship we have with our kids. This is also going to be a time where Mars is going to be focusing on some strong, however, elimination work when it comes to problems that have been consistent in an area involved in this part of your chart. So again, things can get a little bit tense every now and then, but it's still for the good of all. And that's also going to be a theme that goes on into the month of April. We have a new moon in this part of your chart on the 10th, opening up a 2-week window period for a brand new beginning. And again, that sense of a honeymoon phase for a lot of you single Scorpios is very, very strong. Possibly a lot of new relationship opportunities popping up between the 10th and the 24th of the month. If you're in a relationship or you're married, you could just be having another honeymoon phase. Why not? And that could also be something that is starting up with this new moon. A lot of you are also going to find that a new story is getting underway as far as maybe a creative project or personal enterprise is concerned. This could be something that is getting a chance to finally take off and come to life, or maybe you are finding some kind of very helpful collaborator or teammate or ally in this part of your world to help make it so. And there is also the beginning of a new relationship story with one of your kids. Finally, we also have a full moon lunar eclipse in Libra taking place on the 25th of the month. And this is opening up a 3-month window period from the end of March all the way up to the end of June. Now, a full moon lunar eclipse is considered a sort of a breakthrough full moon. This is all about complete elimination of at least one, usually with a lunar eclipse, several things from our past that could be considered unfinished business that has way too much pull or influence over the present. Now, this is ultimately for the good. And again, this is about slate cleaning. So when we talk about the 12th house, the past as it affects the present, these are things that either still have a hold over you, that you're still engaged with, that, have been around since the past, that are still influencing too much in the present, or even these are things going on within you that are not letting go of things from the past that you need to make room on your plate for better things to come in, and all of that. That's why I call this the breakthrough full moon. It purges things that need to go, whether we feel we have adequate resolution, closure, or completion with them or not. It is ultimately for the good, but just be prepared. There are going to be some highs and lows at the end of this month as we kind of go through that purging transition process. But with the slate being clean, I've seen this show up so many times for people This could be ending all kinds of old business, old financial business, old family business, old relationship business, old hooks, cords, ties, and attachments from the past, things that we don't know how to let go of, or things that seem to follow or stalk us, are not allowed to follow into this next 3 months. In fact, they're going to be getting purged, and you'll all breathe a lot better for it. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.